Hi there, students. Okay, this is a writing at level C2. This is CPE level. Read the text below. Write an essay summarising and evaluating the key points from it. Use your own words throughout as far as possible, and include your own ideas in your answers. And here we have the text. I'm not going to read all of it, but this text is about science and how science is a realm for men. It's a male thing, and how women have been discriminated against by science. And science has always been considered something for men and not something for women. For women originally, the science was magic and witchcraft, and that women have tried to play a role in science, but they really have not been allowed to. That science has been a society for men, and yes, there have been important women within the world of science. For example, Caroline Herschel here was an astronomer, or Ada Lovelace, who was a mathematician who worked with Charles Babbage, the father of the computer. So here we are, summary. The text sets out why science was regarded to be for men, not for women, who were denied access to it as a consequence of men's prejudices. Okay, so the text sets out why science was regarded to be for men. I think I would like to add for men only, not for women, who were denied access to it as a consequence of, so you can say there's nothing wrong with men's prejudice, but I would say male prejudice. The text defines two terms, witch and rebel. It defines two terms, witch and rebel, used to describe people who do not respect the laws. So I'm going to put a comma here. Witch and rebel, used to describe people who do not respect, and rather the laws, I would make this uncountable, the law. However, the former is pejoratively associated to women whose knowledge cannot be explained, causing men's fear, whereas the latter is mainly applied to men who are against the establishment, and it is free of negative connotations. Okay. However, the former is pejoratively associated, I think I would say, with women. Is associated with women whose knowledge cannot be explained. Okay, causing men's fears. You see, this causing men's fears here ends up being the verb of the object of explain. So it can't be explained causing men's fears. No. So cannot be explained. And hence giving rise to men's fear, to men's, to hence giving rise to, to fear in men. whereas the latter is mainly applied to men who are against the establishment and is free, the latter is free of negative connotations. Let's try this again. However, the former is pejoratively associated with women whose knowledge cannot be explained, and hence gives rise to fear. Gives rise to fear. Gives rise to fear, and hence gives rise to fear in men, whereas the latter is mainly applied to men who are against the establishment and is free of negative connotations. Modern science started its development in the 16th and 17th century, but women were ostracized. I like this word, ostracized. Only men, not women, were supposed to be especially gifted to work with their minds. So only men and not were supposed to be gifted with the special ability of working with the mind. Only men, not women, were supposed to be gifted with the special ability of working with the mind. That left nature as women's only possible dominion. I like this word dominion a lot. As a result, male and female divided, and when the Royal Science in London was created, only men were admitted. So as a result, there was a male-female divide. And when the Royal Society for Science in London was created, when the Royal Society for Science, I'm going to lose in London, was created, only men were admitted. Everybody was certain that women were not prepared to understand the new scientific knowledge. Yeah, we're not prepared, we're not able to understand the new scientific knowledge. The situation remained like this during the 19th century. The situation remained like this during the 19th century. An example is the Herschel family, consisting of 3 siblings, 2 males and 1 female, all of them great astronomers. However, only William and John's work was recognized. No mention was ever made to Caroline's participation in it. Okay, let's see. I would lose this work. However, only William and John were recognised. And no mention was ever made of Caroline's participation in it. The reasons were now different. According to the new scientific theory, women's constitution was not prepared for hard mind work, so hard mental. Okay, so the reasons were now different. So the reasons were now different. It works very nicely, doesn't it? So the reasons were now different. The reasons had now moved on. The reasons had now moved on. And according to the new scientific theory, women's constitution, I think I would say the constitution of women, the constitution of women was not prepared for hard mental work. So let's try something that reads quite nicely. Was too frail for hard mental work. From the middle of the 20th century onwards, feminism defended equality between men and women. Men agreed to it in as much as it did not mean that they had to share their power firmly established for centuries. Okay, so men agreed to it in as much as it did not mean that they had to share their power, which had been firmly established for centuries. The turn of the century meant a step forward with parity between them. Men had to share their power. I think I would just say men had to share power. But soon afterwards, the turn of the century meant a step forward with parity between them. Men had to share power. I would put a comma here. But soon afterwards, it is being argued. I would say it was argued. It was that feminism had gone too far. Comma, now discriminating against men. In conclusion, one cannot help wondering whether that new step of feminism is not doing men what women were done previously, or if this criticism is just another way of machismo. So, in conclusion, one cannot help wondering, I think I would probably say one cannot help but wonder whether the new step of feminism, the latest steps of feminism, are doing to men what was done previously to women, or if this criticism is just another way of machismo, another facet of machismo. Okay, this conclusion had some problems to it. So let's see. What would I say? Yeah, overall, this is very nice. So let's see. Does this answer the question? I think very clearly, yes, it does answer the question. Let's see. From the point of view of cohesive devices, it reads very nicely, and there's a nice set of structures. There are one or two problems in the structure, particularly at the end. Let's see, I think at level C2 I'm going to give this I think I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, so anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.